Kale sebo gye baliko. Okay. How are you? I'm about to come on air and talk to you. I'm about to talk to you. Let me hope everyone is okay wherever you are. There is just a few things I would like to address, a few things I would like to talk to you about. My friends on Facebook, I know many times you've been there viewing my posts. Some of you have been commenting, some of you you've been just liking, then others you've been just ignoring. All is well, all is well. You see, when it comes to being online and scrolling through Facebook, not everything is worth your comment. Not everything is worth your like or your thumb or your heart. But sometimes it is required. Sometimes it is necessary that if someone has posted something good, take time and give him a thumb. You take time and drop a simple comment. You will not die, because all of us, what comes round goes round. The Bible says that if you like something to be done to you, first do it for someone. And there's nothing bad if you send a thumb. There's nothing bad if you send a like to someone. This year 2020, there is a lot to ponder about. There is a lot to think about this year. You see, when this year began, I remember very well, most of us were in stadiums, and some of us were in churches, some of you were at home. Everyone was somewhere as this year was beginning. And many men of God and women of God declared a word upon this year. Personally, when this year was beginning, I said, this is my year. This is my year. The year 2020. The year of great things. The year of jubilation. The year of testimonies. And many men of God and women of God really declared this year as a year of victory. What we are seeing today we have begun the 50th month of this year, meaning we have thrown behind the first quarter, the first 4 months of the year. So we are remaining with 8 months in this year. That is May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. We are remaining with only 8 months. One thing that is very scaring is to know that some people already have given up this year. Some people have trashed this year already. Some people have decided to call this year a dead year. Some are casting this year already. Many are believing that in this year there is nothing they can achieve anymore. As if they are right, as if they are true in what they are saying. They are forgetting about the power of our God, that even though these past 2 months have been like dead months, still God is on the throne. He's able to do wonders. God is still able to perform miracles. God is still able to turn around this year for you. So my sister, my brother, I don't want you to give up. I want you to think twice about this year. Today we were serving with Bishop at church, and he said something. that even in the period where things seem like they are not okay, where it seems like you are in a lockdown, still there is something you can do about this year. There is something you can do. Okay? Don't give up. Some of you may be seated at home. You're waking up in the morning, you're eating, taking a shower, and be on Facebook, be on WhatsApp, then you sleep again. But Asha, I greet you, I see you online. Thank you for watching. You can do something in this period. Honestly speaking, there is a lot to be done. There is a lot to be done. I know some of you, you've been locked at home. You can no longer access town. You can no longer access the outside world. But still, it doesn't mean that whatever you can do and you have to do, you've already done. Even up to date, there is a lot you can do. I remember in the year 2010, 10 years ago, 10 years ago around the month of June, that's the time my life began to take another direction. Before 2010, my life was in chaos. I remember I was at church, but things were not okay at church because I was one of the naughty boys at church. I was one of the people who always were stubborn. I had many crimes at church. Really, I was among the boys who were naughty, and I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know the direction to take. I remember in that month of June, I was dating right now, who is currently right now my wife at home. She's called Edith. And during that period of time, I landed on a book. It was in her home. I had visited her. And when I visited, because I had nothing to do at home, I was seated there. She was preparing something for me. She was preparing some eggs for me, you know. And while I was there, I saw a book on her shelf. And this book captured my mind, the title on the book. The title on the book was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What the rich teach their children that the poor and the middle class people don't. Now, when I saw this title on the book, it got my attention. I decided to read the book. So I got the book, and the first statements I read in the book really shocked me. By this time, I had dropped out of school because I was a senior 6 dropout by that time. So I had dropped out of school. I was a senior 6 dropout by that time. And really, I was scared about the future, what the future holds for me. I saw all my dreams had come to an end because my dream was to study too hard, become an engineer, such that I can save my family out of the predicament and poverty we grew in. So after I had failed to go to the university because of school fees, really I felt like the world had come to an end for me. I was so desperate. I had nothing to do. I have a friend of mine was called Nsubga Sam by that time. We used to walk around town looking for jobs, but jobs were nowhere to be seen. And I came across this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. What the rich people teach their children that the poor and the middle class don't. When I found this book and I began reading it, this guy Robert Kiyosaki said a word which captured my mind. He said, to become rich, you don't need a college degree. That one shocked me. To become rich, you don't need a college degree. Yet for me, I knew my parents told us that we have to study too hard. We have to go to the university, we have to get the degree. and once you get it, you'll be able to secure your future. And this guy Robert Kiyosaki is making a statement and is saying that to do well in life, to become rich in life, you don't really need a degree. This was a shock to me. It was scaring to me. It was mind-blowing. I said, no, you guy, you're not serious. Tell me. He made another statement in the same book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. He said, to become rich or to make money, you don't need money. Yet me, I grew up in life knowing that money makes money. That if you have money, that's when you can make another kind of money. That you, in order to make money, you must have money to start with. Now, these statements were disturbing my mind. These statements were disturbing my heart. He said another thing that shocked my life. He said that the world has changed. That we are no longer in the information in the 20th century, which was the industrial age. You know, in the industrial age, that is the year 1,000 years ago. He said that since 2000 hit like this, the year 2000, which many of you call the Y2K, the year 2000. He said that when the year 2000 began, we entered another generation. We entered another era. And this era he calls the 21st century. That we entered another century. Today as we speak, we are in the 20th year of this century, the 21st century. He said that in this century, which is the 21st century, the things have changed. That the factors of production have changed. That people of the industrial age, which was the 20th century, the factors of production of the 20th century are not the same factors of production of the 20th or 21st century. Now, to me, this was a shock because I really didn't know that we are in a new century. Some people know, but really you don't understand how does a century work. So he said there are new factors of production which govern the 20th century, and there are factors of production which govern the 21st century. And I went ahead to read the book, and really this is when I remember when we were in school. I think we were in Kamasi. In school they used to teach us the factors of production. Let me remind you some of them. The factors of production were land, in fact extensive land, labor, which was skilled labor, and also we had capital, which was extensive capital. In the 20th century, when you used to have the three factors of production, land, labor, and capital, you could amass wealth, you could make money. But when you come to the 21st century, the factors of production are different. In fact, when you look at the giant companies today, when you look at the richest men on the planet Earth today, you can look at guys like Jeff Bezos, you can look at guys like Mark Zuckerberg, you can look at guys like Bill Gates. These guys whom we are calling the world billionaires, the giant billionaires, you'll get to know that their wealth is from another world. And when you look at East Africa, let me talk about Africa or East Africa. Here in Africa, some of the giant companies we have are telecom companies, for example MTN. And when you look at MTN, really you ask, where is their land? Where is that extensive land they have? You'll come to realize that this century, the 21st century, is different. And many people have failed to discover the truth. Many people have failed to understand it because we are so unfortunate, most of us, especially the young generation today. Maybe you who is watching me right now, many of us we have lived in 2 centuries. Most of us, we have lived in 2 centuries. We have lived in the 20th century. For example, me, I was born in 1986. Now, 1986 is a 20th century. Most of us, we have studied in the 20th century. The syllabuses which they are running in schools today as we speak, they are syllabuses which were made in the 20th century. And during this 20th century, really the factors of production, as I've told you, we learned in school, we learned the factors of production of the 20th century, which were land, labor, and capital. You'll agree with me that in the 20th century, some of our parents who studied, by the time they graduated on the universities, the jobs were waiting for them. Government was waiting for them. Companies were waiting for them. So by the time they could step out of the universities, they were waiting for them to give them jobs. Are you together? Industries were thriving. Industries were growing too high. You can remember the cotton industries, the Nyanza textiles were there, the brewery industries were there, cooperatives were there, the banks were too many, the railway was there, you see, agriculture companies, sugar plantations were there, cotton plantations were there. You understand? Many companies, many industries were growing because it was an industrial age. And companies were looking for workers. So the people who introduced the syllabus in Africa or in schools in the 20th century, they were producing people who could provide skilled labor. The word is skilled labor. So they could provide skilled labor to these industries. And once a person graduated, people used to make parties because they know that the moment you graduate, a job is waiting for you. It means you are starting at the end of poverty. Companies were giving security for the workers. Companies were giving accommodation. They were giving Medicare. They were giving insurance. They were giving accommodation. They were giving food. And companies were loyal to their workers by that time. A person could work for 40 years in one company. And by the time they graduate, at the time they retire, they give them a package, pension, retirement packages. Today is not the case. Today, things have changed. The question is to you, my brother who is watching me right now, do you know that things have changed? Because once you fail to realize that things have changed, once you fail to realize that things are changing, and you refuse to change, like it, my brother, my sister, if you fail to change, change will change you. If you fail to change, you will be changed. Today, as we speak, young boys have entered companies, not only with the knowledge they acquired in schools, but they are upgrading their mind. The Bible says in the book of Romans, chapter 12, verses 2. Romans chapter 12, verse 2. The Bible says, be ye not be conformed to the standards of this world, but be ye transformed. The Bible says, be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. Be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. The Bible knows it very well that after every period of time, you need to be transformed. You need to change the way you think. I like it. This guy, he was, I think, on Bukede TV. He used to say that "Toli mwavu, omutwego gwe mwavu," meaning that what determines what is in your pocket, what determines what is in your bank account, what determines how society perceives you, what determines who respects you, is not what is in your pocket. No. It's not what your parent left for you. No. It's what is on your mind. It's what is in your mind. So you need to transform your mind. You need to work on your mind. You need to work on your mind. One man is called Les Brown. Les Brown said one day that, is it Les Brown? I think there is a man who said that work too much on yourself than you work on your job. I think it's Jim Rohn. Because Jim Rohn says that formal education will earn you a living. With formal education, you can get a job. With formal education, you can get a position. With formal education, you can read, you can write. With formal education, you can do something for yourself. But he says, self-education will make you a fortune. Self-education will make you a fortune. Why have I gone on into this? It is because when we are in this lockdown, when we are at home, when most of us we are not busy, the question I have to you, are you making sure that you're improving your mind? Are you improving the way you see things? Are you working on your perspective? Because let me tell you, my sister, my brother who is watching me, this world is a usable world. But if you're not careful, it is a cruel world. And let me tell you why. Because this world will not pay you because of the way it is. No. The world is the same world. We are in the same Uganda. We are in the same nation. Today as we speak, all of us, we are facing the same crisis. But let me tell you that will make a difference in your life. It's not what is happening around us. No. What is happening around us is happening to everyone. Everyone is suffering. Everyone is in lockdown. Everyone, as we speak right now, is facing the same crisis. What will make a difference in your life is not what is happening around us. No way. What will make a difference in your life is how you see what is happening around us. Let me repeat myself on this. The world will not treat you the way it is. The world will treat you the way you are. One man said that we don't attract the friends we want, we attract who we are. I remember in science, when I was in school, in science they used to teach us about poles, magnetic poles. The magnetic poles, they used to say that like poles repel and unlike poles attract. That was in science. But let me tell you about real life. In the real life, like poles attract, unlike poles repel. Let me tell you, in life you will attract who you are. The friends you have today as we speak, they are not the friends you want. No. Those are the friends who are attracted to you. It's an English proverb which says, birds of the same feathers flock together. Birds of the same feathers flock together. So, if you want to know who you are, look around the people who are surrounding you. If you want to learn about what you have in your mind, check right now how much you have on your bank account, how much you have in your wallet. Don't blame the government. No. I know the government at some extent have done whatever they have done. But let me tell you, don't blame the government. Blame yourself. This is hard to say. It may be hard to sink in your mind. But you are what you are today because of who you are. All this I came to learn when I began personal development, when I began reading books. I'm telling you, this began when I was in the sitting room of my girlfriend, who is currently my wife right now as we speak. I was seated there. I saw this book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I began reading this book. I began reading this book. I told her, you know what, sweetheart, let me take this book. I think there is something here I've discovered. She gave me the book. In fact, she had never read the book. Some people have the strength to buy the books, but they fail to gather the strength to read the books they have bought. I don't know how many books you have bought, and I don't know whether you read these books. Anyway, reading, let reading be another case, but at least make sure that you buy the books. I can see Jacob online, Justin, Fred Sekaja. May God bless you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me right now on this live broadcast. So, I began reading books. I began working on myself. I began watching videos on YouTube. I began working on myself. I began reading books. I can recommend for you some books I read by that time that have really brought me to the level where I am today. Some of these books I've read, apart from Rich Dad Poor Dad, I read a book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The author is called Steve Covey. Steve Covey is the author of the book. It's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Kathy, I can see you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You see, in life, there is time where you reach. This book talks about how to have priorities. Josh, naturally. Thank you for joining me on this live broadcast today. There is this book called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Steve Covey. It talks about priorities, how to make priorities. How do you get much out of the day? Have you ever been in a day and you have a lot to do? You have too much things to do. You have to go and visit this one. You have to go and do this thing. You have to watch this movie. You have to go and visit this one. You have to go and execute the office. You have a lot to do. Sometimes we are overwhelmed by what we do at work. You have a lot to do, okay? And because most of us, we don't have PAs. You know, these guys who are how can I call them? These guys who are prominent, people who have been successful in life, they have got a point where they have PAs, the personal assistants. Personal assistants, they remind them when to eat food, they remind them the tasks to do, they remind them about the meetings. But for you, don't have any person to remind you of what to do, a person to remind you that you have to eat food. You have no person to tell you that, Kathy, you have to do this and this. There's no person to tell you that, Josh, you have forgotten to do this and this. You find that you have 24 hours, but what you have to accomplish in 24 hours is too much for you. You find that the time is not enough for you. I've had people who always tell me that, Zion, I would like to do this kind of business you're telling me to do, but I don't have time. This book, when you read it, the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it will train you. It will coach you how to maximize your day. It talks about the 4 things. Let me share with you some of the 4 things which this guy shares, Steve Covey, in the 7 Habits of the Highly Effective People. He talks about that in life there are things which are urgent, things which don't wait, things which you have to do right there and there. I think you know some of these things which are urgent, that if it comes you have to do it right away. I'll give you an example. If you're going to the river and maybe you are going to labor, you're a woman, time has reached to give birth, you have to do it. You have no option. You have to do it. It's urgent. Maybe you're sick and you need medical attention. It's urgent. You need to go for medication. Maybe a person has died, a person has died and you need, it's something which is urgent. Burial is urgent. It is specific that it has to happen in this kind of time. Those things are urgent, okay? But also we have things which are not urgent. Things which you can do later, okay? Things which are not urgent. For example, exercising. We know that exercising is important, but it's not urgent. You can exercise anytime. You can work out anytime. Okay? It is not urgent. Watching that movie it's good. It's important. It gives you entertainment, but it's not urgent. You can do it anytime. You can do it in the evening. You can do it in the morning. So there are things which are not urgent. Okay? So you have seen 2 things. There are things which are urgent, and there are things which are not urgent. But at the same time, among these two things which are urgent and not urgent, they fall into another category. Apart from things being urgent or not urgent, there are things which are not important. What do I mean by important or importance? I mean things which are not in line with your dreams, things which are not in line with your goals. They are not important. They are not taking you anywhere. Shani, thank you for joining us. And Angela, thank you for joining us. May God bless you. Okay, you can share the link, you can share the video, and other people also benefit from this kind of insight the Spirit has led me to give this evening. So I was talking about the two things, the things which are urgent and the things which are not urgent. But at the same time, there are things which are important and things which are not important. Okay? Waliwo ebintu nga bigasa, ebirala nga tebigasa. Waliwo ebintu nga tebirinda, ebirala nga birinda. So when you're going to execute in your day, you need to write down and ask yourself this question. Is this activity important? Is this activity leading me to my dreams? If I do this thing, is it leading me to put some money in my pocket? Those things which are not important. For example, I'll give you an example. Watching movies. I will ask you a question. After watching those movies, those series, how much are you putting in your pocket? How is it leading you to your dreams? How is it leading you to a better future? Okay? Watching soccer is good, but how is it leading you to your dreams, to your goals? I understand it is good, okay? Visiting someone, I know it may be also important, but the question is, how is it leading you to your dreams? How is it contributing towards your achievement, towards your future? So there are things which are not important. Then there are things which are important. For example, exercise is important. Reading a book is important, but is it urgent? So, when we are executing in our activities, we have these things or activities. First of all, things which are urgent, things which are important, things which are not urgent, and things which are not important. How do we execute them? According to Steve Covey, in this book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he says that the things which are not important towards achieving your dreams and the things which are not urgent, I repeat, the things which are not important to give you a brighter future and they are not urgent, those things, delete them. He calls it the 4 Ds of execution. The 4 Ds of execution. So the first D is delete. Things which are not important and they are not urgent in your life, delete it. Delete them. Go and clean your life. Clean your schedule. Some of you are too busy. The whole day you are too busy. Everything you are doing, everything. By the end of the day, you are full of activity, but zero productivity. You're full of activity, but zero productivity. Activity is not productivity. Activity is not results. Some of you, you're busy like bees. Okay? Your business, busy, but you're not in business. You're busy, but not in business. Because you're doing things, but they're not contributing towards your future. They are not contributing towards your success. They are not contributing towards your growth. They are not contributing towards your income. They are not contributing towards respect in society. but you're busy doing these things. 2020, you need to delete those things. Things which are not important. Things which are not urgent. Go and check yourself. I remember years ago I was at church, and I could be in every choir. I could be in every group at church. From Monday to Sunday I could be at church. I'm a believer, I'm a pastor. Okay? I'm a pastor, I'm a believer. Being church is very good. Okay? Being in ministry is very good. I don't say it's not good, it's good. Okay? And being busy is very good. Okay? But ask yourself a question. Whatever I'm doing today, is it contributing towards my brighter future? My better future? If it's not, go and start scrapping a few things from your life. Your life is too much congested. You're doing a lot. You're obliged a lot. And many people, especially here in Africa, we have a problem of not able to say no. No is not in our vocabularies. You need to please everyone. One man said, I may not know the secret to success, but I know the secret to failure. Okay? The secret to failure is trying to please everybody. You need to please everyone. You want to please everyone. You want everyone to praise you. You do even things you know that they are not contributing towards your success, towards your growth, towards your life, you know, but you want to please everyone. Some of you are in relationships, but you want to please the person. You know this guy does not respect you, does not value you, does not respect the life you have for you. You've done everything, you've tried everything to make sure that this relationship works, but the relationship is not working. But you fail to tell a person that, you know what, I'm letting go. Enough is enough. I'm not doing this thing anymore. You need to decongest your life. So things which are not important, things which are not urgent, those things, my sister, my brother, delete from your life. Then there are things which are important but not urgent. Things are important, but they are not urgent. As I've told you that exercising is important. Exercise is good for your body, but it's not urgent. You can do it later. You can do it anytime. There are things like go for swimming. Yeah, it is important, but it's not urgent. Reading books. Yeah, reading books is very, very important. Even right now I'm talking about reading books. Reading is very important, but reading is not urgent. You can do it later. Okay? Okay? Visiting a friend who is in a hospital. Visiting a friend to go and catch up with your friends is important for relationship sex. But it's not urgent. You can do it later. So for things which are important to you, but they are not urgent, those things, delay them. The second D of execution is delay. Delay them, do them later. Delay them, do them later. So the first one was the things which are not important and they are not urgent, those things we delete. The things which are important but not urgent, those things we delay them. Are we getting it? Are you getting it? Okay. All these are found in that book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. The third area of activities, there are those activities which are not important but they are urgent. They are not important but they are urgent. They are not important towards the growth of your life, towards growth of your income, towards your future. They are not important but they are urgent. Those things, I will give you an example. Attending a party of your friend. How is it contributing towards your dreams? How is it contributing towards your account? Okay? There are some barriers which are not really important to you. I've ever seen someone who you tell that, yeah, I lost my friend's or cousin, but please, the car is here, come and escort me. And the guy rushes and jumps on the car and they escort you to go for burial. And they reach burying someone, even they don't know whether the person they are burying is a female or a male. They don't know whether the person they are burying, whether is a man or a woman. They are burying someone, they are on the burial of someone, but they know nothing about the person they are burying. They don't know nothing about the funeral they are attending, but because they are attending for someone's sake. So such things, honestly, the truth be told, those things are not important towards the growth of your life, towards your better future. Those things, they are urgent. The burial is today, it's at 2. They cannot extend it, it's at 2. The burial is at 2. Okay? There are some meetings, for example, wedding meetings. There is a wedding meeting happening somewhere for your friend is going to marry, and you have to attend your wedding, but you have other stuff to do, you have other activities to do. So this wedding is urgent, but may not be important to you towards the growth of your life, towards achieving your dreams. Such things which are not important, but they are urgent, okay? Those things, learn to delegate. Delegate them. So we are seeing the third D of execution. The first one we said was delete. The second was delay. The third is delegate. Learn to delegate. The art of delegation is done by guys I've ever seen, that these guys who are important in society, for example, the CEOs, the presidents, the governors, these guys have learned the art of delegating. They know how to delegate. I know you have ever been on a function and they tell you, so and so has not come, but he has sent me to come to step in their shoes. Guys who are effective, they have mastered the art of delegation. They know how to delegate. You don't have to be everywhere. Get some people you can send and do what you had to do. Washing your clothes, doing laundry is good because you will be smart. But really, how does it contribute to your success? Can't you delegate such a thing? Can't you delegate such an activity? Get someone, give them some money, let them wash your clothes. Let them do the laundry. Are we together? Not every function you have to attend. Not every wedding you have to attend. Are we together? These guys who are highly effective, they have learned to do this. You will not see them everywhere. But here you are my sister, my brother. On every wedding you're there. On every function you don't miss. You are like soda, that you have to be there. If you're not there, some of you mumanyina okumera entondo. Mumera entondo tebakuyise ku mbaga. Tebakuyise ku kwanjula. Obusungu n'omera entondo kubanga tebakuyise ku kwanjula. N'omera entondo kubanga bakuleseewo, kubanga tebakututte. Nedda mukwano, si buli mukolo nti olina okugubaako. Yiga emikolo gy'olina okubaako, yiga emikolo gy'otalina kubaako. Learn some function you don't have to attend. Learn to delegate. Si buli kintu olina okukibeeramu. Si buli kintu olina okukikola. Learn to delegate some few things. Learn the art of delegation. Are you together? I remember very well, I was at church one time. We were doing this national prayer. It's called National Prayer Day. We have that prayer day which happens every year. And I was leading the publicity team. Publicity team, I was working with the team. And I remember one day my bishop, we were in the meeting and said, Sebo no mkulu tagenda mu field, asindika baana. I'll never forget that day. Mbu asindika baana ne bagenda ne bakola yabeera mu office yetafuluma. Muzeyi kyatamanya nti I had read this book, The Art of Delegation. Sinze nogenda mpanika ebbaana erudda lweno, sinze nogenda ntwala radio ku bizindalo byeno, sinze nogenda nkole kino. You learn to delegate, you learn to execute some work and delegate some people to go and finish some stuff. You become more effective. Okay? Oliko nagenda nakola kiri, oyi nagenda nakola kiri. You need to trust people with responsibility. Abantu olina besigana obuvunanyizibwa, ne bawo obuvunanyizibwa, ne bagenda ne bakola ebirala. Gwe nosigala ng'okola ebintu ebyo eby'omugaso ebikutwala mu maaso. Am I making a point here? That was the third D of execution. Twagambye yasose yabadde delete, eyokubiri nebeera delay, eyokusatu ebadde delegate. Katugende ku yokuna tumalirize ensonga eno. The fourth is the things which are urgent and they are important. They are urgent and they are important. I will give you an example of such things which are urgent and really are important. Ngatabirinda. Are we together? For example, you have a business presentation and you're going to present business to someone. You're going to make a presentation to people, maybe to an organization, and they have given you a time to come and attend this presentation and make this presentation maybe to some officials, and they tell you that this presentation will happen at maybe at 3 p.m. and you have to go and make this presentation. It is urgent, and guess what? It is important. Maybe it's an interview. Let me say an interview. You have been looking for a job, and they have given you an interview. They told you that they have given you the interview schedule. Thank you, Barbara, my evangelist, my international preacher. Be blessed. I can see you, you're on. She's saying, Chitufu, Tata, be blessed. Thank you so much, Barbara. I love you so much. I see what you're doing worldwide, and really I'm blessed to know you, to be connected to you. Whatever you're doing to preach the gospel, go ahead and preach the gospel. Let me come back to my point. I was narrating this fourth D of execution from this book of Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There are those things which are urgent and at the same time they are important. My mentor, Duncan. Sir Duncan, I bless your name. Be blessed, sir. I love you so much. The things which are urgent and important, I was telling you that maybe it's an interview. You have to go and attend this interview, okay? You have to go and attend this interview at a certain company. They have told you the interview will happen at 8 a.m. It is urgent for you. It is important. Does not wait. Then things like making a presentation. Someone tells you that I have some people here, they need a presentation. I know you have a lot to do on your table, and I know on your table you have a lot to accomplish. But there are some people waiting for your presentation. And the presentation, they tell you that presentation is happening at 4 p.m. Kino tekirinda bakugambye twagala okole ekintu bwe kiti jangu tupresentikire business yo create the products zo twagala okuziraba tukodde kino. Guys, let me tell you, things which are urgent, things which are important, you don't need to delete them, you don't need to delay them, you don't need to procrastinate, you don't need to delegate. Don't even delegate. Waliyo ebintu nga todelegatinga, eriyo ebintu nga tokikwasa mulala kukikola ng'olina kukyekolera. Abantu muli banafu nnyo, mwagala abantu abakolere mulina okukola. This thing is too important for you. If this presentation is not done perfect, guess what? There is no sale. So things which are important and they are urgent, those things, nothing else, just do them. So the fourth D of execution is do. You need to do. Don't pass here the other side. Just do those things. Learn to do them. Learn to go and do them. Are we together? Don't procrastinate. Abantu abasinga procrastinating. Omanye kintu olina okukikola. You know this is what is going to help you. You know this is what is going to promote you. You know this is going to change your income, to change your life, to change your future. But let me tell you, my sister, my brother, you are delaying, you're procrastinating, you're not doing it. Just to do it. Just go ahead and do it. This will take me to a third book I want to share with you. There is a book called You Can Win by Shiv Khera. These are some of the books I first read when I was starting life, when my life was getting to the right course. Shiv Khera, in this book called You Can Win, there is a story I read there. And this story says, there was a man, he had a dog. And when he had his dog, he was digging his garden. Thank you, Barbara, for the comments. Thank you so much. Keep on, keep on. And This guy had a dog and he was digging, and the dog was crying. The dog was crying, the dog was groaning, ngembwe ekaba, without keeping quiet. And a stranger came by. When a stranger came, he asked this guy, "Sir, your dog is crying. What's the matter? Why is your dog crying and you're not caring about it? You're not doing anything about the dog. The dog is crying." And this guy replied, the stranger who was passing, and he told him, "You see, that dog is crying because it's seated on the nail." What? Yes, the dog is crying because it is seated on the nail. And this stranger asked the farmer, "Why doesn't the dog get off the nail?" The farmer replied and told him that this dog, the nail is not hurting enough. The nail is not paining enough. If the nail pains enough this dog, it will have the strength to get off the nail. Okay? What is the moral in this story? There are some people in life, they are good at complaining. They are good at murmuring. They are good at crying. They are good at lamenting. And I know some of you, you may be the one. You know the situation you're living is not good. The situation you're living is not taking you anywhere. You know there are some jobs you can do and you know this job is not taking me anywhere. You've been on the job for the past 15 years. But now as I speak, you're crying for portion, the government help you. You know that the circumstance you're living, you've been there for several years, but you're not changing. And you start complaining to the government, you complain to your boss. You want the boss to increase your income, your salary. You need the boss to increase your salary because your responsibilities have increased. Let me tell you, my sister, my brother, they will not increase your salary because of your responsibilities at home. They will only increase your salary because they see that your value is increasing. Can I repeat it? To some of you who always cry to the bosses, nti banyongeza omusala, banyongeza omusala. Tebagenda kuongeza musala kubanga mbo ino obuvunanyizibwa bweyongedde. Nedda. Bagenda kuongeza omusala kubanga obuvunanyizibwa bw'okola ku mulimu ogwo gw'okola bweyongedde. Kubanga balaba kati olina value. Omusajja omu yagamba n'agamba nti bw'olabanga mukama wo omugambye nti mukama wange bw'otanyongeza musaala, ngenda kuva ku mulimu ogwo. Mukama wo n'agamba nti batulabire. Manya nti abadde akuyamba buyambi. Manya nezabadde akuwa nnyingi. If you tell your boss that increase my salary, if you don't increase my salary, I'm leaving. Boss nakugamba nti better leave, batulabire, just to know that they are hoping you even to give you the kind of money they are giving to you. But if you tell your boss that give me the salary and if you don't increase my salary, I leave, and the boss says, how much do you want? You will know that he has been cheating you. You will know that he has been buying you on wholesale and selling you on retail. That he has been making a lot of profit from you. Let me tell you, there's no person who will employ you because they love you. No. They don't employ you because they love you. No way. They only employ you because you're contributing towards the growth of the organization. So I stop these people. I see James Sabiti. Thank you for joining us. Be blessed. These people who keep on complaining and say, tebatuongeza musala tugenda kwekalakasa. Simanyi tebatuongeza musala, batuongeza omusala kubanga kati nalina abaana babiri, kati nina abaana mukaaga, luli akawunga kali akasimanyi kilo yali ya 12, kati kilo ya 13. Simanyi maybe the sugar was 2000 a kilogram, but right now as we speak it's at 3000. So because the expenses the standards of living is increasing, so let the boss also increase my salary. Simanyi musende zugu the deflation. No, they will not increase your salary because of that. They will only increase your salary because your value is increasing. You must become more valuable. Let me tell you one thing, my sister, my brother. You only be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver to the marketplace. You will only be paid in direct proportion to the value you deliver to the marketplace. They don't pay you for time. In the century where we are, the 21st century, people are no longer being paid for time. In this century where we are, they don't pay you for time. No. They pay you for service rendered. They pay you for contribution. They pay you olwekyo kyokoze so obudde bwomaze. People don't pay you for time anymore. That was in the 20th century where they used to pay by time. Today they pay you for value in the time. The value you've invested in the time. So I was telling you about this dog which was crying. That some people today as we speak they are crying. Bakaba nze omulimo gwantama, oyo mukama wange yantama, ebino ebintu byantama. Keep on murmuring, keep on complaining. But let me tell you, my sister, my brother, however much you complain, you need to get off the nail. It's not paying enough. It's not paying enough. When it pains enough, you will get off that nail. Lekero kaba, gokabya kajanja. Some of us, we were in comfort zones. Petwali mu comfort zone, otula mu SC, omwezi beguka kwa bakuwa omusala. Naye ng'omusala gwe bakuwa nawo okimanyi tegukumala. Naye ng'oli mu comfort zone kubanga omwezi begunaggwako bagenda kuwa omusala. Obanga omwezi beguggwako bagenda simanyi kuwa allowance. Wiiki weggwako bagenda kuwa allowance. Olunaku bwe luggwako bakuwe allowance. Otula mu SC. Naye womala tena otucomplainingira banaye batuwa obusente butono tugenda kwekalakasa bla 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 bla. Let me tell you, my sister, my brother, you will complain and complain and complain and nothing will change. Things don't change because you're complaining. Things change because you have changed your ways. One man said that is insanity to expect different results while doing the same things over and over again. You've been doing the same thing over and over again and you expect different results? No way. Let me remind you something which you used to see in school. Me, I was a math student. I did mathematics at A level. I did a combination called MEG, Mathematics, Economics and Geography. But let me tell you something about mathematics. In mathematics, when a teacher gave us a problem, okay, let me say an equation, and on this equation, you had to solve the equation. They give you an equation and they tell you, solve X. I remember very well, sometimes they could give us a circumference. They give you like a tin and they tell you the tin has this kind of height, it has this kind of dimension, find the circumference of the tin. Are we together? Those who are in math, you understand what I'm talking about. And you have to find the circumference. And they had a formula, for example, pi r squared. You see, I was there. Pi r squared. Pythagoras theory. Pi r squared. And you could get the formula, pi r squared, h, and you start solving the equation. And when you solve the equation, you get a formula, and you start solving the equation, and you reach the answer below, and you underline, dash, dash, answer. When the teacher was marking, the teacher could mark like this. Method 1. Body, okay, body or bonus 1, then answer 1. You remember? So they give points and the teacher says tick. And in the same class, here comes another student. The method pi r squared h is wrong, 0. The body, because automatically if the method is wrong, the body will be wrong automatically. So the body bonus also 0. And then you reach A, answer. And answer they say 1. Now the teacher could ask, how do you come with the right answer? When the method was wrong, when the body was wrong, okay, the solving was wrong, how would you reach a right answer? So such a question comes that, How did you get the right answer when the body was wrong, when the method was wrong? How do you get the right answer? It either you got the answer by chance, or you got the answer by cheating. The word is cheating, not even copying. Cheating. You cheat and you get the right answer, but the method is zero, the body is wrong. How do you reach the right answer? Okay? Today in our society, today as we speak in our society is full of people who have the right answer. Okay? Get me right? They have the right answers. They have the mansions they are sleeping in. They are driving big cars. The kind of life they are living is too much higher than their methods of getting the money. You find that omuntu afuna omusala gwa kakadde kamu. Omuntu afuna omusala gwa kakadde kamu. Naye nga ate emmotoka gyavuga ya bukadde 10. You find a person, omusala gwafuna, the salary he's getting, omusala gwafuna afuna emitwalo 5. Naye nga omuntu oyo afuna omusala gw'emitwalo 5 asula mu nyumba ya mitwalo 7. How do you sleep in a house which you pay 700,000, yet you are having an income of 500,000? That means something is wrong somewhere. Meaning the formula you're using to get this money which pays the house of 700 is not the same method you're using to earn your income. Meaning you're cheating. That's why many people right now as we speak, abantu abasinga obungi, Yvonne, beautiful, I can see your line. Thank you so much for joining us. That's why you see today as we speak, many people tebasobola ku accountinga for what they have. Inspector General of Government, IGG, bwabatuuka kwa nababuuza ene nyumba wagifunuta, they cannot explain. Some people, they cannot keep even their money in the banks. They keep them in the houses. You know why? Because they are not coordinating. They are not coordinating. Omusala gwafuna nengeri just obulamu bwe jabu spending mu basende za spending mu bulamu bwe tebi coordinating. They are not coordinating. It means a person is cheating somewhere. Okay? Kubanga formula gyakozesa okufuna sente take matching na sente zafuna. You understand? So because of this, abantu abasinga obungi asigala complaining, I know obulamu bwayagala naye nga te formula gyakozesa tesobola kumutuusaayo. It's the same way bwetwabeeranga mu mathematics nga tusoma bw'oba ne formula nga nfu nkiddamu. If you have a wrong formula, however much you try, however much you fight, you will never reach a right answer unless you cheat. Kuddire mu mukwano eriyo obulamu bw'oyagala. There is a line of life you want to live. But if you have been for the past 10 years doing something using that formula, nga tekuwa kyoyagala, there is no way okujjako nga Mukama akoledde miracle ojja ngaofunye ekyamagero. And I don't know whether you're going to wait for a miracle forever to change your life. Are we together? Okujjako ngaofunye miracle, you will not be able to get that. That's why you can make that statement that it is insanity to expect different results doing the same things over and over again. So because of that, nzirayo wali ku kagero ke nabadde nkugamba akembwa nti embwa nga yeemulugunya, embwa nga ekaaba naye ng'embwa etudde ku musumaali teguvaako. Ko mukama waayo n'agamba nti omusumaali bwe gunaagiruma ekimala ejja kusituka eguveeko. I'll tell you this, if you're not pleased with the kind of life you're living, move. If you're not pleased with the kind of relationship you're living in, move. You're not a tree. Gwe toli muti. Katonda yakutonda n'ebigere. You can locomote. You can move from one point to another. You can change the kind of life you're living. If you're not pleased with the kind of food you're eating, change the way you're earning your money to eat a better food. Stop complaining. Tewemulugunyiza government. Kankubulire government ne bwe naakyuka ne bakuwa president omulala tagenda kwata sente aziteke mu nsawo yo. Bishop yatugamba ekigambo kino when he was preaching. I remember many years ago, our bishop was preaching on church, and he said that abantu abamu obeere Uganda n'olowooza nti bw'ona abeere Uganda ng'oli munya bona agenda mu America onafuka crocodile bobo oli munye Uganda ne bona agenda ebungereza ojasigala ngo oli munya. Some people you think that when they change the government mbusema buchija kushuka. I know the government may be a little bit when you giriza sija kuchigana, okay, but I'm not a politician. Are we together? So government siganya inzo kuba kale enyigiriza somewhere, but let me tell you something, my sister, my brother, okay, mu government yemwe no jolaba jogamba musimanyi enyigiriza bana Uganda, government yemu mulimu bana Uganda bakoleddemu obugagga tebagenze bweru ate nga tebabye muntu yenna. In the same government where you saying, in the same Kampala where you saying simanyi emisolo giri wagulu, this is this and the other, the same Uganda, the same government, the same time right now, there are people who are having too much money on their bank accounts, and some of them, you know them. You understand? So what is going to change your life is not the government. What is going to change your life is not the educational syllabuses in school. I know syllabus is contributing whereby people are suffering because maybe of the education system. I understand that. But let me tell you something. That is an excuse. Stop making excuses. I'm here today to tell you that excuses will not bring food at your table. Excuses will not put money in your pocket. One man said, you either make excuses or you make money. Londako. Because the same government where let me tell you, there are so many people who have changed their lives when they didn't even see their parents. Life because it's sasoma simanyi senga yali sente zange mukatata yali sente zange, they ate my money for school fees. Hey, kale chandibe kituufu somewhere somehow naye ekyo tekikuwa guarantee that you are living that life because of sente zebali ezamuzaddewo. There are so many people in this world we know, they never went to school and they have transformed their life. They are living their lives like kings without education, and some of them you may be knowing some of them. Abamu mwekwasa me am like this kubanga amusimanya am disabled ndi mulema oli mulema leka kundi kulimba kale tuganye kale okubeera obulema kituufu si kirungi okubeera omulema, okay? Oyina omugulu gumu siganye, you have one hand, it's okay, you have one eye, okay, you are blind, but let me tell you, in this same universe where we are, in this same Kampala where we are, we know people who are disabled like you, but their disability does not mean inability. Nga basobodde okuwangula. There is a man I know is called Nick Vujicic. Nick Vujicic is a man without limbs. He has no arms. He has no legs. This guy, tayina magulu, tayina mikono. The guy has no hands. The guy has no legs. But let me tell you one thing. The guy is a billionaire. He employs people with degrees. He employs people with masters. Even here, he came here in Uganda. I remember Watoto Church hosted him. Nick came here in Uganda. Nick has no legs. Nick has no hands. Nick is a billionaire. Nick knows how to swim. Go ine mikoro linama kutomanyi na kuuga. Bogenda ku beach ogire no kubali bali oteka amagulu mu mazzi wo tomanyi kuuga olina emikono olina amagulu. Akasajja kaniki tekayina magulu tekayina mikono naye kamanyi okuuga. So what is your excuse, my sister? What is your excuse, my brother? Why are you living the same kind of life you're living in? Ojagama muzendi mwa kubanga ndi Uganda sigenda nkobwera bagende ebweru bafuna sente ani akulimba. Do you think whoever is building all these apartments in Uganda, however these buildings in Uganda, bona osasende bazijja bweru? Do you think all of them baba? Abo babbi. And let me tell you, my sister, jona ko mugamba abantu nti babbi. Nti buligola bayina sente mubbi. Buligola bomuwala yambadde obulungi mbu ba malaya eyendowooza bweta kuve mu mutwe gwo n'otereeza omutwe. You never get something you don't appreciate. Togenda kufuna kintu kyota appreciatinga gwe buligola bayina emmotoka ennene mbu abo babbi. Buligola bayina emmotoka eyakabi mbu abo babba gavumenti. Ani yakugamba? Who told you? Sibuli ali katuganye kali wali wababba government tuganye webali ababbi webali ekyo tikyeganika webali era namubawulira mwabawulidde ku mawulire temwabawulidde. Tetuganye ababbi gye bali abali enguzi gye bali naye emiteri waliwo n'abantu abatali anguzi.
There are people nga tebalya nguzi naye nga munnange balina kye beekoleddewo. Kati gwe byogera buli gwolaba ali obulungi mbu babbi, buli gwolaba omuwala ayambadde obulungi mbu abamalaaya. Nedda, buli kala gwolaba kali mu mmotoka ne yoshiga badde yamugimugulira. Eriyo abaana abawala nga beekolera n'emikono gyabwe nga tebeetunda, ng'abaana bakola n'emikono gyabwe. There are some ladies who are working. I know some of them. Yvonne is one of them. I know some of them. I know ladies who are working for themselves. I know Barbara. These ladies are working for themselves. I know Amina. These ladies are working for them. Bakola n'emikono gyabwe, tebalinda musajja kubawa, tebalinda kwenda kubawa sente, tebeetunda kufuna sente. Kati gwe wolowooza mbuli alina sente mbu yeetunda, mbuli alina sente byasiya kaviiri mu musajja yakamuwadde olimba. Eriyo abawala ng'asiba kaviiri ke ng'esente yazikoze mu ntuuyo ze. Eriyo omusajja ng'avuga emmotoka ye nga talina gwe yabba. Naye bw'otalekera endowooza eyo mbu buli alina sente yabba, that whoever have money, he sold money somewhere. That kind of ideology, that kind of mentality, that kind of attitude will never allow you to raise money. It will never allow you to become something. You can go out there and transform your life. Stop complaining. Lekera okwemulugunya. Stop excuses. Those excuses tezikola. Eriyo abaziwangula. The same excuses you think that they are the excuses holding you back. There are some people who were able to overcome the same excuses. Hear my word for you. You can overcome those excuses. Hello? So this book You Can Win by Shiv Kera. It talks about people who are always complaining about life, but they are not ready to move. For how long are you going to stay in that kind of situation? You need to change. So use this lockdown to improve yourself. As I've told you that the market will pay you, okay, in direct proportion to the value you deliver to the marketplace. There are many opportunities around us. You just need to open your eyes. Naye abasinga ku mmwe temwagala kubikula maaso gammwe. Most of you people, you are in the comfort zones. Oli mu comfort zone, otuddaawo, toyagala kuvaawo. You don't want to move because they are giving you some peanuts at the end of the month. You are in comfort zone because of ABCD. But you know very well, nothing can grow in a comfort zone. Comfort zone, tejja kuyamba. People who have been able to achieve a lot in this world, they are the people who have decided to get out of their comfort zone. I will finish with this example. In the Bible, there are men who are called lepers. Bali bagenge, the lepers. There were 4 lepers. These guys were in the city, as we are seeing right now. The city was locked. Lockdown. So the same city was locked. The city of Jerusalem was locked by an army. Let me tell you, this lockdown was man-made, okay? And anger was in the city because of this, because of the lockdown, the siege. It was called the siege. The city was surrounded by the army of the Assyrians, and people in the city inside, they ran out of food. And as you see right now, some people, they don't have food right now as we speak. The city is surrounded. The city is locked down altogether. People are not working, and some people have run out of food. And in this city, outside the city, there are some men who were out of the city. They were lepers. Bali bagenge. There were 4 of them. And also, all of them, they are hungry. They were hungry in Jalebaruma. And really, they wanted the food to eat. And they sat and told themselves, that if we stay here out of the city, we shall die of hunger. Hunger will kill us. And if we go in the city, they were outside the city, and they said, if we sit here out of the city, we shall die of hunger. But still, if we go in the city, where we expect to find food, they will kill us. Because they are, in the city, also there was hunger. Even if we go in the city, still the hunger will be there, and we shall die of hunger still in the city. But outside the city, there was a camp of the Assyrian army. This army who had laid siege around the city. And this army of the Assyrian, for them, they had food. They had food, they had wine, they had everything in that camp. But they were Assyrians, and these guys, the lepers, were Israelites. And they said, if we go in the camp of the Israelites, in the Assyrians, they will kill us. They will know that we are Israelites and they will kill us. Are we together? But if we get a chance and they don't kill us in that city, in that camp of the Assyrians, we shall get food to eat and we shall not die. Are we together? In the city of the Assyrians, they were the enemy of Israel, but they had food. And these guys, the leper, they said, if we stay here on the door, on the gate outside the city, we shall die. If we enter the city, there is hunger still, we shall die. But if we go in the city of the Assyrians, chances are they will kill us. But if they don't kill us, they will give us food and shall not die of hunger. And they said, guys, you know what? Let us get up and go into the camp of the Assyrians. So they marched to the camp of the Assyrians. When they marched, you know what happened? By the time they reached the camp of the Assyrians, the Bible says that the angel of the Lord had caused the Assyrian army to hear the sound of chariots and the army marching towards their camp. And they told each other and they said, you know what? Do you hear that kind of sound? That is not the sound of chariots of Israel alone. No, I think Israel has called an alliance with other armies of the Egyptians and others, and now they are marching to come and kill us. So let us run for our lives. So these guys in the camp of the Assyrian army, they ran for their lives. They left behind food, they left behind treasures, they left behind wines, they left behind the camp, and they ran for their lives. And guess what? By the time the 4 lepers reached the camp of the Assyrians, guess what? The camp was empty. There was not a single soldier in the camp. But guess what? The camp was full of food, full of wine, full of treasures, gold, silver, linen, garments, clothes were full in the camp of the Assyrians. And guess what? The lepers, they ate to the full. They drank to the full. They said, wow. But after eating and drinking, they told one another, what we are doing is not good. What we are doing is not good. Let's go back and tell our friends we have left who are in the city, who are dying of hunger, that there is food outside here in the camp of the Assyrians. There is food. So these guys marched to the city. They knocked the gates. They opened. I told the guys at the gate, guys, you know what? There is food in the camp of the Assyrians. The army is not there. They have gone. Come and we go and we eat. And you know what happened? Do you think these guys hunkered down to them? Do you think they listened to them? They said, you guys, what are you talking about? That is a scam. That is a scam. That is a trick. Those guys, they want to kill us. There is no way food can be there. There is no way food can be there. Why would they abandon the food? Already they had captured us. Already they have laid siege on our city. Why would they run and leave food in the camp? Why would they leave treasures in the camp? You guys, you are lying. You guys, you are not right. This is the same way today. Okay? But later on, the king said, okay, let us send some spies there to go and check it out. Okay? So the king sent some spies. They went to the camp of the Assyrians, and guess what? The report of the lepers was right. It was true. The camp was empty. There was no army, but there was too much food. Are we together? And they brought food in the city, and these guys enjoyed the food. Why have I told you this story from the Bible? Okay? About the lepers and the food in the camp. It's because today as we speak, some of us, we are like those lepers. Especially a person like me. I can be compared to a leper. I lived a life of struggle for about 11 years. Okay? And one day, I said, no, I will not sit here until I die. Let me get off here. Let me get off this nail and go and see what this camp has. And I tried out many things. I failed here and there, but finally, I was able to at least put my life on the right course. And guess what? We come back and we call upon you. And we say, my sister, come. My brother, come and join me. Come and we go and eat. There is food in the camp of the Assyrians. And many of you, guess what? You have refused. You say, no. There is no way, Zion. You are lying to us. That doesn't work. So and so tried it and failed. So and so tried it and failed. I know. So and so may have tried and failed. So and so may have gone to the camp of the Syrians and was killed. But this was not you. This is your life. You need to try it out again for yourself. So today we come back to call people, please come and join us. Come and join us. Come and we do this. Come and we try out this. But many of you, you're scared. Many of you, maybe you're comfortable where we are. Many of you, maybe you say, Zion, you know what? Maybe I cannot do that. It is because the nail is not paining you enough. When it pains enough, you will get off with that nail and come and do something about it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to end my presentation today here. My video today here. I know you've been blessed by following me to this end. And if you've been able to learn something, you can drop it there down in the comment and share with us what you've been able to learn, what you've been able to get out of this video broadcast. And I'll know that at least I've contributed towards something towards your life during this quarantine. But lastly, but not least, make use of this time of the lockdown. Get some books and read. Go on YouTube, read something. Do something that can change your future. Do something that can transform your life. Don't just sit there and die. Don't just sit there and complain. Do something about your life. Transform yourself. Work on yourself. And once you work on yourself, your income will change. Your status will change. Your life will change. May God bless you. I wish you a happy new month. Today is the 1st of May. I wish you a happy new month. I know this is gonna be your best year ever. Don't give up on this year. However much has happened in this year, still this is your year. Still God can do wonders in the last 8 months. These 8 months which are remaining, God is still able to transform your life. God is still able to give you a tremendous year. God is still able to change your life this year. You are still able to transform your life. Don't give up on this year. There is still too much in this year. So just make sure that you don't give up on yourself. Make sure you don't give up on your dream. This year 2020 is gonna be your best year ever. Believe God. Choose faith over fear. Choose faith. As people are dying, you shall not die. As people are struggling, you shall not struggle. Because the Bible says, when there is a casting down, there is a lifting up. God shall raise you. When others are falling, you shall be up. When others are dying, you shall be alive. When others are crying, you shall be celebrating. When others are diminishing, you shall be increasing. This is gonna be your year. 2020 has to be your best year ever. May God bless you. May God bless you. I love you so much. I remain Coach Zion. Drop for me a comment if you have been able to learn anything from this broadcast today. May God bless you. See you at the top.